Cinema.
Absolute cinema, man. OU versus Auburn. OU picks up the win by a touchdown. Honestly, kind of surprised to see us 7th ranked in the country. I'm a tier number 1 in the Heisman polls. We're 4-0. What a freaking game. And boys, first question I got for you. How did it feel to watch Jackson Arnold take 10 sacks and a safety to close out the game? How did it feel? Just so you know, all three of us is the first time we actually got to go to all three of us to the game this season. Just recap that moment, fellas. Just recap that moment.
The moment that sticks out to me is obviously the ending safety. It just encapsulated all of the pain and suffering of last year into one singular tackle. R. Mason in the end zone, letting him have it. It was just cinema.
Cinema.
It was cinema.
Absolute cinema,
Absolute
bro.
cinema.
I was talking to my parents, and they don't understand I don't want to call it hatred, but the strong dislike that we have for Jackson Arnold. My dad's always like, son, what'd that boy do to you? What'd that boy do to you? And I said, Dad, listen, as an OU, you're an OU grad. You've been watching OU football longer than I've been alive. I'm an OU grad. We're OU grads. What he did to this team, and you can say he was playing with third stringers. You could say all of that. But he fumbled the ball he lost us the Missouri game. I mean, he lost us the Tennessee game. That's not about he didn't have anybody. He was just butt. So to see him, and I told the guys this, I said, if Jackson Arnold would have came out, he's getting booed or whatever, and just would have took it, cool. I honestly probably would, because it's not fun when they don't react, obviously. It's not fun anymore. But the fact that he's grabbing his nuts and he's shh, and I can't hear you. When ever did he do that last year?
Yeah.
Ever.
I know. Yeah.
That's when I was like, bro, you're not that guy. You didn't do it last year, so don't try and do it now, bro. So I was over the moon. I mean, every time he even got touched, I said, yes, yes, yes. This is what I live. I wanted this more than anything. I just needed a turnover. That's the only thing that could have made it any better.
I know, dude.
Yeah, I know. Well, we had 2 chances.
Yeah,
Peyton Bowen
Bowen
just can't catch the ball.
But he was just being nice, being a good friend.
And wouldn't that have been a dramatic moment? Former high school teammates, same class, couple
Former
5
roommates,
stars.
bro. Roommates at OU, dude.
Yeah, that would have
crazy.
been a moment, man. But oh boy, it was just awesome. We all just lost our minds at the end of that game.
Yeah.
The blindside sacks too. There was a couple, and it was just amazing to watch. I mean, just the release of tension, and kind of like you said, like it got worse as we got to the stadium during the warm-ups. He was, being all cocky, and I was like, oh, I just want it even worse for you now. I just want it even worse for you, Jackson. So, don't feel bad at all. Don't feel bad at all. It actually ended up being a good game. I came on here and said I don't think it's going to be that good of a game. But I don't mind it being a good game because it was fun to watch. But there definitely, with it being a good game and a close game, came some concerns, I would say. Definitely the missed interceptions. Still, no turnovers.
You see the stat? Only team in college football. We're the only
no
team
turnovers.
that hasn't forced a turnover, bro.
That's
The only team.
Wow. Which is so crazy because I think 2023, 2 years ago, which I would argue this defense is better than that. We were leading the nation in turnovers at this point in the season, up until like OU Texas, I think. So, wow, isn't that such a weird turnaround? And it's not like our defense is bad at all. Like the defense is the shining part of this team.
Yeah.
What an odd stat. How that's even happening. And we've lost the turnover margin in every single game because, of course, John Mateer fumbles the ball. John Mateer, man, I got to say, like, for a Heisman, for the number 1 in the Heisman odds, it's like, that doesn't feel like what I'm watching sometimes. I think it's just because I'm an OU fan and I'm just so critical. Like, I pick apart everything that happens on the field. So, but what did you guys think of the fumble? And what did you guys think of John Mateer overall in the game?
Colin, you go ahead.
I mean, to me, it's not like I would love for John Mateer to win the Heisman. I would love nothing more. But like you said, I don't it's not the same. Like when Baker and Kyler and all those guys went out there, it was like, I cannot wait to go watch them go play offense. Like they were going to do something crazy. John, by no means is he bad. Is he terrible? No. But there's some, I get excited. He makes some exciting plays, but then there's some that are just like, Baker never made me like scratch my head really. There wasn't those times where I'm like, oh, what are you doing? He might have thrown an interception, but it wasn't like but John is like, and for him to be number one in the Heisman, I don't think so, because I think there's a lot of other quarterbacks right now that are playing better than him. Hey, keep him up there, because if he wins it, I don't care. But like you take a guy like Fernando Mendoza, the Indiana quarterback, has 14 touchdowns, 0 turnovers, and has thrown for 1,000 yards. That's a power for like he's not playing bums. He just whooped the number 9 team in the country. Like that is what a Heisman looks like. If John Mateer had 14 tutties, 5 on the ground, there's no doubt in my mind. But it's like, what does he have? 4 turnovers?
4 turnovers, yeah.
And I don't know what, probably 7 probably passing touchdowns, 4 rushing. So, I mean, you're looking like 11-4 ratio. It's not the worst. But you look at a Baker season, Baker threw for like 40-something tutties and had 6 picks of the whole year. So, I mean, that's a crazy season. I understand that. I don't know. I'm scared because I'm like, dude, we're 4 games in and we haven't even hit the peak of the schedule. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I think he'll lock in, but just right now, it's like, he's good. We could win a natty with John Mateer at quarterback 100%, but it's like, it's not, wow, like I am blown away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think he's just got to find his groove.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of guys that, you know, I do question why he's number 1 in the Heisman. I'm happy he is. Please leave him there. Please let him win the Heisman. But yeah, you're averaging a turnover a game. I don't know how you're the Heisman frontrunner, and you have less touchdowns and less yards than other quarterbacks in the league. Maybe it's just the hype around the team, right? Like maybe it's our defense is playing so good and that we look really good as an offense. And I mean, he has single-handedly flipped around our entire offense from last year. But I don't know. I think his potential is so big that the Heisman Trophy people are like, he's only going to get better as the season goes on, and then he's going to go from there. I mean, you look at some of the throws that he makes, you look at his timing, his escapability, like his mobility, how he gets out of the pocket. Those things all point towards he could be the Heisman, regardless of his current turnover situation right now, just to be frank. Like, he is turning over the ball a lot more than he should be. Once a game is not going to cut it, especially when your defense is not committing any turnovers a game. That just can't happen. But I think he's going to get past that and through it. I will say, though, one thing about this Auburn game is he clutches up when it matters the most, right? Like, we were very mediocre on offense the entire game until that last drive when we had to have a touchdown. You know, we're down, there's like 5 minutes left, and we were not doing anything offensively for up until that point. We had to get a touchdown, and he drives on the field and punches it in for a touchdown. And that throw to Centennial was unbelievable. And that catch too. That catch was insane. Both of them made just an amazing play. And then that sets up the touchdown, you know, and then, you know, we take the lead or whatever. And then, you know, so a lot of things happen. So what I'm saying is he is making mistakes that he should not be making and that he needs to clean up, especially before we go to the heart of the season. But what I've seen so far, and I think this is what the Heisman voters are seeing, is that he clutches up when it matters the most. And so whenever he does clean up those mistakes, you know, he's going to be really clean and really good. So I think that's kind of my first 33% of the way into the season. That's kind of my, you know, opinion of John Mateer.
That's fair. John just needs to improve with the competition because the competition is going to get harder defensively. Yeah. I don't think we've seen the best defense we're going to see yet. So I just think he's got to keep improving, make less mistakes. That's the big thing. Just make less big mistakes. But everything else I'm seeing is pretty good. Sometimes the sidearm thing, his throw mechanics, I feel like cause some issues, but I mean, he's probably not going to change that midseason. So
No,
It is
you
what it
can't.
is.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
It
just
is
natural.
what it is.
It's how you throw
So,
it.
One other concern on the offense was the run game. How many yards did we end up having? Not
Yeah.
many.
32, I think, or 36.
Yeah,
One of
it
those.
wasn't beautiful to watch. Yeah, 32 yards in the run game. It was not beautiful to watch.
That's
the
as
run
bad as it
blocking
gets.
Wasn't beautiful. That's pretty
I
bad.
mean, let's just be
Pretty
honest.
darn bad.
That's less than 10 yards a quarter. That's as
Yeah.
bad as it gets. That's 8 yards a quarter, actually.
I was
Exactly.
gonna say it's not even.
That is
yeah.
8 yards a quarter.
Yeah.
You know, that's not
And
gonna cut it.
Going right back to John Mateer, it's like the best thing for a quarterback is when the run game is just killing it, because
Yes.
then you can expose the pass game a lot better. So, yeah, the run game, man. DeMarco and Bill Bedenbaugh, it's something.
And
It's something.
I'll say it like I said last year when we had problems with the O-line. I don't understand how you cannot be good when you have to go against our D-line every single day. It will never make sense to me. I would love for someone to explain it to me, but I don't think there's a logical explanation for that's equivalent. I mean, put it in baseball terms for, that's what I would understand the most. If I had to face someone throwing 97 miles an hour every single day, I would eventually get better, and 97 would be like, okay, whatever. That's just the everyday thing. I don't think there's a better D-line in the country. So when I see Auburn's D-line, I shouldn't be like, wow, I've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah.
Yes, their edge guys were special. They were in the backfield every single play. I understand. But we also have two of the most elite edge rushers in the country. That shouldn't be brand new. I was watching Logan Howland or whoever was at tackle, whoever number 24 is for Auburn. First off, shout out. He's a dog. But he was just bull rushing. That is straight up if you can't even stop a bull rush, that's just getting outmanned. That's literally you're just not strong enough. And that,
Physically, yeah.
like literally beat weight room issue. That is what that is. Because if you cannot, he's not going to he's not going to bend. He's not going to hit a swim move, anything like that. It's a simple, I'm just going to physically manhandle you and you can't do anything about it. It's honestly embarrassing to watch. And it's like, how is that still a problem? Put somebody in there that can who can stop it. I don't know. It blows my mind because if we can't run the ball, somebody's gonna beat us. It's really simple. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, John Mateer can't save us every single game and just come up clutch because it's not gonna happen. Like we can't be one dimensional on offense. Like, oh, we can throw a 15-yard dig and then hopefully Deion Burks can take it an extra 20. It's just not gonna work.
If you can catch the ball.
Yeah.
Kylan, I do want to say something to that point, which is a positive side of that is our run game has been absolutely atrocious. Our offense has been one-dimensional, and the one dimension is John Mateer. Because he runs the ball the best out of anybody on the team, and he throws it. Our offense is literally John Mateer. But being said, we have been able to beat Michigan, to beat Auburn, with a John Mateer only offense, a John Mateer dimensional offense. That's without, a run game. That's without a good O-line. That's without, quite frankly, receivers dropping balls that are hitting them in their chest. I mean, that happened several times against Auburn. I think that needs to be talked about too. Why are we dropping the ball? But need to be is that we have won by a touchdown or more against two ranked opponents when we have not played our best football and when our offense has been solely reliant upon John Mateer just making plays. And I think that's pretty impressive, because if we can get to the point where we just have a decent run game, like a minimum, just MVP, minimum viable product run game, just throw it out there, they can get a few yards, and then we have receivers that can catch the ball consistently, we're going to be scary good.
I agree.
We should have lost against Auburn, to be honest. We played horrible. I thought we were against 32 yards rushing is awful. Our defense was absolutely insane, but I mean, they can only do so much, I mean, they sacked them 10 times. It was a school record. They played as good as they possibly could have. But when your receivers are dropping passes that are hitting them in the chest, they're not making plays, the run game doesn't go anywhere. It's like the O-line, it's just like John can't do everything. And that's somehow is.
That's what, I agree 100%, but the frustration is like, when are you going to fix it? Are you going to fix it against Kent
Yeah.
State? Like, oh, we ran the ball against Kent State. It's like, who cares? Who actually? Kent State is one of the worst teams in college football. If you can't run the ball against Kent State, that is a major, major issue. And it's like, we should have figured this out 3 weeks ago. Like, hey, something's wrong. Because we haven't ran the ball great. Like, running backs wise, we have not ran the ball great all year. Like how we should have.
Yeah.
We should have ran the ball great against Temple. We should have
Yes.
ran the ball great against Illinois State. And like Michigan, yes, that was a solid defense. Auburn, I understand, but 32 yards? 32 yards? That's awful.
Yeah.
That's awful.
And that is both Beatenbow and DeMarco. I mean, DeMarco, like, your running back's got to be able to get more than 32 yards. The O-line could be a high school O-line. You got to get more than 32 yards. You know, I mean, let's talk about, and this is something I saw too that I didn't want to bring up because I like him, Torrey Blaylock. I love Torrey Blaylock. He started doing that Javante Barnes stuff. He started running to the back of the O-line. Not sitting, not being patient, not finding his holes, just running to the back of the line. It's like, what are we teaching our running backs to do? You know, that doesn't even make sense. And our O-line, Beatenbow, 4 years. You've had guys in the program for 4 years now. There's no excuse for the O-line to be sucking as bad as they are. Got to figure it out. And kind of like you said, if they're not going to figure it out now, they're not going to figure it out next week, right? This is like a multiple week-long thing. Typically, you get better as the season goes on. We haven't really gotten better at all. In some aspects, we've actually reverted. We had more rushing yards against Michigan. So, and Michigan, in my opinion, is a better defense than Auburn. So, they really got to figure it out.
Yeah. It's definitely concerning. It's nice that we're just 4-0 and concerned about these things. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
it could be a lot worse.
Be 2 and
And it
2
seems
or
like-
something silly.
Yeah. It seems like every team in college football this year has issues. Like, if you're looking at the AP polls and you're looking at some of these teams, like, none of these teams are just like bulletproof. They have their issues. They have their weak spots. Ours just happens to be, in my opinion, the biggest weak spot is the O-line, which unfortunately affects everything on offense. So it creates a lot of concern. But like when you look at Texas, like, the quarterback situation is now a huge question mark. When you look at Georgia, they've had some question marks. Like, Tennessee kind of showed that they're beatable. Miami wasn't perfect against Florida. Florida gave them a run for their money early on in the game.
Yep.
So every team has their issues. It's really about, like, who's going to improve as the year goes on. You know, it is, you know, when it comes to OU Texas, is our O-line going to improve, or is Arch Manning going to step up and play a good game that day? I would argue the game basically balances on that because the defenses are almost neck and neck how great they are. So, yeah. Man, I'll tell you what. Our defense looked really good. Cam Coleman gave us a run for our freaking money, though. Dude, a lot of people are dogging on Gentry. A lot of people are dogging on Cortland Gilroy. Cam Coleman is one of those guys that if you put him one-on-one, he's basically going to win every time. You should just never have him on an island. He's just one of those guys. Just props. That's all I got to say to Cam Coleman. Just props. He just went out there and won every one-on-one he got. So I have no worries about the secondary. I just think Cam Coleman's one of those guys.
People are literally saying he's on the same playing field as Jeremiah Smith, and I can't disagree with them because that's what it felt like. It felt like, honestly, Auburn should have beat us so bad because if I'm Jackson Arnold and I know I have 2 seconds, 50-50 ball, go get it.
Yeah.
Go get it because you can't tell me he wasn't just not open almost every single time until they started putting a safety on top. That was when it was like, okay, maybe. But I would have just spam Cam Coleman, whatever button he is, A, B, X, Y, whatever, hit it because that's where he was going to mosh you. He's bigger than you. He's faster than you, and that double move he hit on Gentry. If Jackson Arnold was competent, that's a tutty. That's a tutty. or if Cam Coleman was 1 inch taller and he stuck out his hands another inch, it's a tutty. It's a tie ball game. And it's just like, at first I was hot because I was like, bro, what are we doing? And then I started to realize, I said, wait, that's a 5-star lined up out there. He kind of gave us work last year, and he was a freshman. So I'm like, but my only concern is like, guys, I think I told y'all, I said, there's a Cam Coleman on pretty much every team we're going to play. So
there's a lot of them.
And that's the one thing that our DBs do not see in practice because we don't have one. We don't have a Cam Coleman. We have a Deion Burks, but Deion Burks is 5'9". Isaiah Centenia is 5'9".
Yeah.
We don't have one. So it's like,
and they're both dropping passes.
Exactly. And it's like, bro, we don't have a scout Cam Coleman. So you don't get that look all week in practice. Like guarding Deion Burks compared to guarding Cam Coleman, that's just not even close. You can't even compare it.
Yeah.
We see a lot of guys this season. I mean, we're going to see Nick Harbor at South Carolina. He's just a track star, like a literal track star. And then there's Ryan Williams out in Alabama. And then there's LSU's wide receiver room is just star-studded, really. And
got Nick Anderson sitting on the bench.
Star-studded. Yeah,
it's like, bro.
yeah. So plenty of star receivers out there that are going to give us a run for our money. I don't know. I just think with Cam Coleman, I was like, dude, why are we not just putting 2 guys on him? Put a safety over there, but yeah, I have no blame for the DBs, man. No blame for the DBs at all because he's just one of those guys. He's just one of those guys.
Yeah. I mean, they would have had 2 touchdowns if Jackson Arnold was competent. There's 2 opportunities that I saw, wide open deep balls, and just overthrew them both times.
Yeah.
Wide open.
The stop and go and then the receiver just like had it in his Cam Coleman just had it right in his hands. It was just a nasty route, and wide open. Jackson Arnold just didn't hit him. It was a nasty route.
And this is the one thing, DB, I could never play DB. I think it is so hard to be like, oh, let me try and run your route for you. So I would never get on here and say like, oh, I could do better. Blah, blah. Obviously, I can't. But it's just like, there's some of them like, you just got to tip the cap. Like, hey, he's just a dog. He is frankly a dog. Cortland Guillory literally was playing high school football 1 year ago, facing kids that just got out of 9 hours of school and ate pizza and a peach cup for lunch. That's who he's playing against. And now he has to face Cam Coleman. Like, bro, it's just not fair.
Yep. And those guys will get better.
Yeah, 100%.
They got good coaches. The next thing I want to talk to some Auburn fans today because Auburn fans are just absolutely sold that this game was won by the refs.
It was rigged.
Apparently, okay, so now I'm seeing that OU was talking to SEC officials early on in the week about this hideout play where the receiver kind of just hides out close to the sideline. So to me, I mean, maybe it is written in the rule book that you're not supposed to use substitution to deceive your opponent, but it seems like the SEC approved it early on in the week. So it's like you can't call us dirty, but I mean, welcome to the SEC, man. You're not in the SEC until you get called a cheater. So, welcome to the SEC.
Yeah.
We're here now. So, and then there was also the fumble that got turned over. That honestly, I'm not gonna lie, they called it a fumble on the field, and I was expecting them to stick with the field call because it was kind of iffy.
Same.
We got saved there. We did get saved there, but
we got
Auburn
saved.
fans, man, I'm sorry, but that is just the way it goes. And calling us a cheater, honestly, just makes me feel more welcome in the SEC because that's just how it goes.
Yeah. Well, the one thing I have to say about that play is if it is true that OU reached out to the SEC officials, the SEC needs to come out with a statement and go back on what they said because basically their statement implied that we were cheating. It should have been a 15-yard penalty. It was our fault. But if Ben Arbuckle or our coaches reached out before the week and was telling them, then the SEC needs to come out with a statement and apologize to us because that's not fair for us to be having those things if we did our due diligence. Now, if we didn't do our due diligence, then that's bad. But from what everybody's saying is that we did. So they need to apologize to us if that is true.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. I also saw a picture of there's literally a ref standing right by Satania, and it's
I mean,
If
it's
it was
he points at him. He
Yeah.
points
Yeah.
at the line.
Yeah,
Like,
he checks if he's on the line of scrimmage. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Dude, there's just
And at a
there's
certain
just
point,
so
it's like,
much.
count the guys in the field. Count the
Exactly.
guys in the field.
Bro, that's my thing.
Yeah.
It's, and I get it because if the roles are reversed, absolutely, yes, I would have been like, bro, what? But I think about it, I still have like the common sense. I'm like, dude, that's not the reason you lost. You
Yeah.
guys had, Jackson Arnold got sacked 10 times. 10
Yeah.
times.
He had 16 times. He overthrew
That-
2 touchdown passes.
Like, that's not the,
Yeah.
I think it'd be different if that game, I mean, every call went our way. They called every hold, every whatever on us, but they didn't. I saw Melvin Jones Jr. get put in a full headlock, nothing, that allowed Jackson Arnold to go
Yeah.
scramble on that 4th and 11.
Yeah.
Nothing. There was one of the Satania offensive pass interference. He's just trying to run his route, and he
Dude, we
runs
have
into
two
the
of
dude.
those.
We have 2
Yeah.
of those. It's like one of them, all right, yeah, that was true. But the other one, he's running his route. He like clips the guy barely. It's like, what is he supposed to do? But I just hate that's the 7-point differential. And it's like getting sacked 10 times. I said, do you guys understand how bad that is?
Yeah.
Like, that's like us being like, we shouldn't have lost the Ole Miss game when we got sacked 11 times.
Yeah.
Like, we could have won if it wasn't for. No, we suck. We literally
Yeah.
sucked. The O-line sucks. That's why we lost the game. You guys let us have a legacy drive. We gave you the ball. You gave us the ball 7 minutes. We score. You got the ball back with 4 minutes. Didn't score. There's plenty of opportunities. Plenty of
Yeah.
opportunities to win the game. I don't want to hear it. Yes, I understand the frustration because if it was us, it probably would be the same thing. But at the same time, it's like, bro, 10 sacks. 10 sacks.
Yeah.
10 sacks. Come on.
Yeah.
Just lock in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the ball down 5, 4 minutes left. You had your shot, and
You
your
took 3
O-line
sacks.
You took 3 sacks in that drive. So, yeah, don't feel too sorry.
And several
s-
penalties. Several
Yeah.
penalties.
Yeah.
They had
False
like
start.
two back-to-back
False start.
off
It's like-
false starts. Yeah, they
No, literally.
they shot themselves in the foot.
Here we are complaining about our O-line. I mean, if I'm an Auburn podcaster right now, I am livid at my O-line because that last drive,
10
it was like,
sacks!
what, 3 sacks? In the last drive, 3 sacks and 2 false starts. I mean,
Yeah.
it literally sold them the game. They had a shot to go down the field plenty of time and just sold them the game.
Bro, that last
And,
play is crazy. Like, I didn't realize it in real time, but seeing that literally no one rushed besides R. Mason, and he still got there,
Yeah.
and the Grayson Halton, where he comes from the opposite tackle,
Yes.
77, looked at him dead in the eyes, was like, up, go on, Ed, and then kills Jackson Arnold, and 77's like,
Yeah.
bro, you watched him run right by you.
Yeah.
Didn't do a thing. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
that's so awful. That's
Yeah.
so awful.
And Kylan, going to your point about R. Mason being like the only one to rush on that last play, not only that, he did not use just a bull rush.
Rush, bro. That was
He
Will.
just bullied him. Yeah.
Pure
Just
will.
literally, and like he literally backed the tackle all the way
Yes.
into Jackson Arnold, and then when he got to Jackson Arnold, pushed him aside and jumped onto Jackson Arnold. It was like, dude, you just got absolutely bullied. You know, going back to, the offense wasn't the most beautiful offense we've ever played. It is so much better to watch this defense just destroy offensive linemen and quarterbacks,
Yes.
all their hopes and dreams. It is so much better watching this than the old Big 12 days. I do love the highlights, man. I do love the highlights from the old, 2017 days. But this is the type of team that can improve and win a national championship. So,
Mhm.
well,
Yeah, I
think that wraps it up. Go ahead.
One more thing is that
Yep.
I don't know about y'all, but like I could feel like all of the pent up years of anger
Yeah.
that they were hitting Jackson Arnold with. Like I have never
Bro, R.
seen
Mason.
R. Mason, like he literally is. People were hitting him with like just
Yeah.
like something. There's something else with it. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna get to the quarterback, I'm gonna sack him. It was like, no, I want to literally I want to take Jackson Arnold out this game. I'm going to make sure And it's just like, bro, like that last sack, that is pure, like, if it's true that he literally was like, hey, y'all don't rush. I got this. Let me get this. Bro, that's nuts. I saw that, like, somebody said that he literally was like, y'all don't rush. Let me get him. Like, if you
That's
are
crazy.
absolutely certain that I can literally, like,
Game
a
on the
double
line.
team, the guard and the tackle trying to stop, and you just, no, I said, yeah, that's different. That Jackson Arnold did something to you.
Yeah.
He did something to you.
Well, and one last thing about Jackson Arnold. As he walked off the field, he looked at the stands and said, you wish you were me.
No.
Jackson, I can tell you with absolute certainty, there's not a bone in my body that wishes I was you in any capacity whatsoever.
Yeah.
A terrible quarterback who transferred, who got booed, who cannot handle pressure, and who overthrows wide open receivers. Jackson, I didn't do that in high school. Okay? I do not wish I was you whatsoever.
Yeah.
And not to mention his legacy at OU is just brutal. So
Yeah.
I will end it because
Crazy.
my mom said I have to say something positive if I'm going to say something negative. He did not play as bad as I thought.
No, he
honestly,
Yeah,
I will say
he
that. I
didn't.
think we can talk about
He
that
didn't.
for maybe just 2 minutes.
That's
He
very true.
honestly did not play terrible. Like, for getting sacked
Yeah.
10 times, he still didn't turn the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
And he, at one point, he threw for what? Probably he had to throw for like 200 or maybe
It
something
was-
like that.
It was very close.
he,
like-
Very close.
he threw for 220 and a touchdown, and had a higher QBR than John Mateer in the game.
Like, legitimately did not
Yeah.
play. As jokes aside, not a terrible game. Like, getting sacked 10 times, yes, you can get rid of the ball quicker, but to get sacked 10 times, bro, I would be hot. And bro, like, he got up every single time, like, straight up, didn't sit on the ground. He just got back up and went back to work. And I was like, hey, I respect that, because if that's I'm gonna get my get back game and I get sacked 10 times, I'm crashing out, bro. I'm checking myself out the game. I'm saying, oh no, bro, y'all got to get me out of here. It's not gonna work. So
I'm glad that you brought that up. That is fair. I'll give him his flowers. He played much better than I anticipated. I thought he was going to break under the pressure, and he honestly handled it pretty well. So good for him. Good
He
for
did
him.
not look rattled. He did not look rattled at
No.
all. And honestly, like, if he had more time in the pocket on that last drive, I was concerned when they first ran out for that last drive. I was like, man, we left him a lot of time. I was concerned, down 5 or up 5. I was like, man, I think Jackson, he didn't look rattled coming out from the sideline for that last drive. He looked like he was ready to go out there and move down the field. And I think he could have if he had more time. But his O-line sold him, and props to our D-line. Our D-line just took care of business. Our Mason Thomas, the closer, comes in and finishes the game. So, props to Jackson Arnold. He played pretty good.
Yeah.
He played pretty darn good. Moving on from the Auburn game, real quick, I do want to talk about the permanent opponents that we just got, man.
Mhm.
Texas, Missouri, the new rivalry is now solidified with Missouri and Ole Miss. Who would have thunk Ole Miss?
So
Oh, yeah.
random, bro. That's so random.
That was weird. I would have thought, Florida, Tennessee, or maybe even A&M, because there used to be a conference opponent several years ago. So I was kind of shocked that Ole Miss was the team that they picked for us.
Yeah.
Kind of strange.
I'm not mad because it's like
be
usually
fun.
pretty comparable in recent years. Like we've kind of been on that same trajectory. Like we're both like, oh yeah, we're right outside the playoffs or something like that. But yeah, just did not. I thought for sure it was going to be like a Florida, like they were going to give us someone that's just crazy out there, like a Florida or I don't even know who, maybe even a Mississippi State. I expected like somebody like random. I mean, Ole Miss is random, but like somebody that's kind of like a Mississippi State or something. But I mean, I'm not mad.
Yeah. My expectation was Arkansas, dude. I really thought
Yeah.
that we were going to get Arkansas. Maybe LSU.
Yeah.
Just because of like vicinity. But honestly, like I look at ours and I think like we got a pretty easy, I would say like easier 3 opponents in my opinion. Right now, Missouri, Ole Miss, and Texas are all ranked. But like if you look in the past 25 years, there are plenty of times where Missouri, Texas, and Ole Miss are not ranked. All three of them are not ranked. Like they're not. These are not. I mean, Texas might be the only blue blood if you call Texas a blue blood, right? Whereas Auburn is playing Georgia and Alabama and permanently. Like that's brutal. So yes,
2
this
losses.
year, yeah. Yes, this year, those permanent opponents look really, really good. But like going into the next, 5-10 years, if you look back 5-10 years, I mean, imagine in 2017 playing Ole Miss, Missouri, and Texas. Those are 3 not very good programs at all. So, hey, I'm cool with it. And I think we can pull out 3 dubs out of those 3 permanent games in a lot of seasons. So, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty
Agreed.
crazy. I'm excited to see those schedules come out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Be fun.
All right. Well,
Cool.
I think that's it for today. Jackson Arnold, smell you later, pal.
Peace.
Peace.